What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts that's we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. A week or two ago, the new Whitney Houston, when it came out in December of 2022, so it wasn't that long ago, they finally released it on streaming services. Because Prior told me, and I said, because I'm a DVD collector, but the money's been a little tight. So I said, I'm not going to go out here and just waste money on the DVD. All for principle. So I said, I'm going to wait till it comes to a streaming service. I don't know which streaming service it's going to come to at all. Well, it finally came to Netflix. So I text Prior, because Prior, it came on digital a couple months, like a month or so ago. Okay. But I'm just like, but for me, renting or buying, I better just wait till the DVD come out.
I just want to say to all the people that made this movie #1 on Netflix, y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
Wait, say that again?
To all the people that made this movie #1 on Netflix, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
I honestly, it was a new, fresh movie. Where, you know, I feel as though everybody wanted to watch this to get a clue of it, because a lot of people probably didn't go and see it in the theaters like they probably wanted to.
And they know why they didn't go see it.
I can understand what the hope of it was. This is a new Whitney Houston featured film. This ain't a Lifetime movie. You know, this ain't a BT movie.
This ain't a Lifetime movie, but the Lifetime movie did it better.
Say what?
This is not a Lifetime movie, but the Lifetime movie did it better.
That's why I said, are we sure?
I'm talking about this quiet. I can see it on the silver screen. I'm not talking about what the results we got was. I'm talking about when the trailer came out. It's like, this is a featured film.
Okay, I have a question. Why is the best Whitney Houston movie the Bobby Brown movie?
I feel like this is a legitimate question.
I agree.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Even though I feel as though that one of these problems that they've been having with Whitney Houston is they haven't been able to find somebody that looks like Whitney Houston.
Bro.
What you mean, man? What you mean, G?
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that, G.
Now, that's one thing I can speak to. Since I did not see anything more than 2 minutes of this movie in total. Yeah. From the jump, when they started showing the cast, I was very confused. Because if you put these people, if you just give me the context that we're making a Whitney Houston movie and these are the people who cast, without telling me who they were for, I couldn't have told you who they belonged to. I don't know old girl's name who played Whitney off the top of my head, but she ain't like Whitney. I thought.
Come to find out, she has a huge natural gap.
And they closed it.
And they had to close it. I mean, not in real. I mean, you know,
they didn't do the stuff for it. Yeah.
And I was just like,
at the end of the movie, she looked like
no teeth was sticking out. You know,
she looked like Angela Bassett playing Whitney Houston, which is wild to me. But I was just like, no, that's a no. Nafisa Williams as Robin was insane. Sorry. What? Tamara Tunney as her mama? Absolutely not. Like, who was picking these people?
I don't know. I mean, absolutely. RZA as Bobby Brown.
We're not gonna keep calling him RZA. The wild part is, looks-wise, I think he might have been closest to, like, casting what you would do for a young Bobby Brown. However, if he was really out here sounding like RZA from the Wu-Tang as Bobby Brown,
well, I was just like,
that's problematic.
What's going on here? Well, probably was just like, you ready for Urban Youth Bobby Brown? I'm just like, is there another Bobby Brown? But I was just like,
that's horrible.
But I get what he was saying. Price of it.
Yeah, okay.
So I took upon to watch the movie, And I said, because I can only judge for myself. Because I hate being the kind of person that judges and jumps on anything what everybody else is saying. I want to see it for myself. Even though Pryor had told me he hated the movie. I watched it. It ain't the greatest. It's not the greatest. And I think I'm more disappointed than angry. Because they had...
Because they only have one scene of Jermaine Jackson?
What you say?
Because they only have one scene of Jermaine Jackson?
That is not even my first name. Oh
my God.
That's not even my name. First of all, that from the beginning of the movie to the Soul Train Awards, or was it the Grammys? I forgot what
it was.
I mean, it was in the real life. It was the Soul Train Awards, but that wasn't the Soul Train Awards.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That award show that was in the movie was just called Award Show. There was no soul in that
at all. From there to there, the movie is hella rushed. To the point where I understand that you're trying to tell a span of 25, 30-year story in 2.5 hours.
And that's why we don't do that.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard to do that. You either do one, that you either make it close to a 3-hour movie, or you break it up and do like a mini-series or things like that to help really expand the story. Mm-hmm. Because I felt as though at the beginning everything was just mad rush, and if you don't really know the background of Whitney Houston like that, you would have sat there and think, I'm just like, so is she a hoe? Is she
I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that sounds like that's the way they had it. They were portraying her.
The way it was like, it was just like, I sing for our mama in church. My mom want me to sing because it's God's gift. Hey, Robin. I like Robin. I love Robin. Hey, sing for Clyde Davis. Clyde Davis signs Whitney Houston. Hey, she can sing. Hey, let's record that first album. She sounds so good with Jermaine Jackson. You fucked Jermaine Jackson? Robin's pissed.
The you fucked Jermaine Jackson part is just every time.
Prime, am I lying?
No, that's how it go.
No, I believe you. It's just...
And then, it's like, I want to dance with somebody. You ain't black enough. I do what I want to do. My prerogative. That's how this thing moves.
That's too much.
That's how the movie moves. And this is in the first, like, I want to say hour. And I'm like, whoa.
Now the part that got on my nerves is when she was like, I want to do movies. Then like the next scene she had already did 3 movies already. I'm like, bro, what?
Bro.
She just calls Clyde Davis at night. And first of all, okay, I'll get to that later. She just calls Clyde Davis at night. And she just like, hey, I want to do a movie. Okay. Well, I got this movie for you. I don't want to do that movie. Kevin Costner did it. I want to do that movie. That's how it is. And I'm like, wait, what? Math ain't math here, but sure. And here's the thing. I'm not sitting here saying that all these people in Whitney's life needed 15, 20-minute scenes. Mm-hmm. But you got to do a better job introducing people in the movie so we understand who they are and what the whole thing is. I felt as though in the beginning, like, when it came to Rob, it's like, okay, yeah, she met this girl. I mean, it ain't like accurate how she met her, but then it's like, okay, even with the little montage you did, you show that there's a relationship building between them. And there's like, okay, so are we? But it needed a little more. It needs something more, because honestly, you could be like, okay, this could have been a fling. This could be like, but no, we gotta kind of understand that this could have, really loved her, and the problem her parents had with Robin. And then, it's the whole thing about the whole music thing. I felt as though that was kind of glossed over, because you really didn't address the reason why the black community was mad with her in the first place. It just seemed like, hey, I want to make a song, I want to dance with somebody. And it was like, well, you know what? Your music's not black enough. Not even talking about the first album that she did, which this album was a complete 180 of what the first album was. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
And I was like, so why didn't we talk about that just a little bit more? And then the whole Jermaine Jackson thing, I felt as though it was like, okay, y'all put him in here as a plot device for just her and Robin to find a way to break up. And I was like, it could have been handled a little bit better. Because first of all, it's like, hey, it could even be something simple like, hey, she gets off the elevator and then her and Clive Davis bump it. I'm not saying this is how it actually happened, but that they bumped into Jermaine Jackson. It's like, oh, hey, this is Jermaine, and you can show a little thing like, hey, she thinks she's cute, got a little spark in her, and then then all of a sudden you can do like, hey, well, we want you to record some songs together. Jermaine can help you out, and she just gets a little bit into Jermaine and is making Robin a little bit jealous. It was just so blunt to the whole point. It was just like, damn, wait a minute. For a casual fan, I gotta be like, wait, rewind. Where's Jermaine coming from all this?
That's just like that scene with Clive Davis. She was like, "Who's that? Your boyfriend?" Yeah, we've been married for years. What? Like, that seems crazy too.
That was just what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, and once again, I'm not sitting here saying that Jermaine Jackson needed 20 minutes of screen time. He didn't. But to only bring him in as a plot device to break her and Robin up, I was like, for that reason, you had to bring him in there at all. To establish the point that she had a thing for Jermaine, that she had feelings for Jermaine Jackson, but it was just like, hey, we gonna just bring him in here to just be like, so Robin can get mad and be like, so you fucked him? Okay, well, we can't do this.
All right, I have to get to it.
Okay, go ahead.
My main issue with this movie.
Your main issue? I know you got a lot of them.
It's probably a petty reason, right? Not enough drugs or crack or cocaine.
What?
Now, for those out there listening,
Wait.
For those out there listening, I understand where he's coming from.
I get it. That's just it's wild to hear the not enough drugs.
Now I'm not sitting there saying that she had to be, Al Pacino and Starface just put his head right in the mountain of cocaine on the desk. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the way the movie is set up, and unfortunately it could have been designed this way, that you don't see any drug problem until Bobby get there. The most you see her do is cigarettes. She's smoking cigarettes. Now, once again, I don't know what the movie was. So if there's something that I missed over that somebody out there wants to let us know about, let us know about. But it was only a thing about cigarettes.
Yeah.
Then when Bobby gets in the picture, it's drugs. It's not drugs. It's like I've seen Carlton Bel Air do more drugs than they did in this movie.
Baby drugs. That's weird, guys.
And I was just like, but it's like, to be fair, well, an icon like Whitney Houston, you want to handle that situation tastefully, but you don't.
Are we doing her real life story or not?
Not when the family's doing it.
Oh, okay. So then we're not doing real life because ain't no way. I'm not trying to be mean, but there's no way I'm about to do a whole movie about Whitney Houston. But oh yeah, she only smoked weed.
She dabbled.
She did drugs. Like really?
She just kept a pack of Newports on her. Like y'all, come on. And it's the thing. I don't want it to be a glorify or even in the case of demonizing her. If it was something that she went through and she had to work through what it seems like her whole adult life, I feel like it don't gloss over it. And especially it's like a slap in the face of the audience. When it's like we all watch these things happen publicly. I'm not saying turn it into a parody because it's a fine line where you tell somebody's story and you exploit someone.
Yes.
I.e. every Marilyn Monroe project that's ever been done.
God damn. Preach, mother.
However, even if you don't show her explicitly like snorting up coke or whatever her drug of choice was, I feel like it could have been addressed that maybe it was somebody in her life is concerned because she has been doing drugs, or we've been,
or at least show her with the stuff on her nose, or her doing the sniffles or something.
Like just
no, but you know,
even if you alluded to it, I feel like
even still, I feel as though that a tasteful way to do it is they didn't, in my personal opinion, they didn't show the gravity of what was stressing her out at the jump, such as if she being in love with Robin, her parents, you know, especially her mother, the pressure of being the singer, you know, the pressure of not being black enough, like all those pressures and all those things could cause people to go down the wrong way. And I felt as though if you had given that kind of gravity to the situation, to the point where then you could have illustrated like this is my escape, where it could be like, you know, the opening. For, you know, side note, which is unrelated, when they do this Michael Jackson movie, it's like you can't just show up and like, oh shit, Mike's on drugs. Why? He's on drugs because of his accident with his hair.
But I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing. The problem I've always had with the Temptations movie. They never addressed the fact that Paul Williams had sickle cell.
Yeah.
They never addressed the fact that he was probably in pain all the time. And they was just like, oh, the drinking just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You gotta look out for Paul.
Make sure
he's not on that stage. I'm not on that stage.
Oh yeah.
Where were you when he was getting plastered? That's horrible. It's horrible. I really feel bad. But I don't know. I don't think that people really understand. I don't know. I think it takes a really great filmmaker, screenwriter, producer to be able to walk that fine line of, I'm going to tell this person's story without it seeming like I'm trying to parody them, or I'm trying to make them look bad, like just expressly for the purpose of making them. It's something happening in your life. It's something happening in your life.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of weird stuff.
What you say?
There's a lot of weird stuff in transitions. Like, meet Bobby, and oh my God, we're performing at the Super Bowl. It's just like, oh.
Yeah.
That's not even. Okay. They didn't even.
First of all, that Bobby thing pissed me off. Now here's the thing, because when she's at the Soul Train Awards, and then Bobby's up on stage, we get the My Prerogative demo. We don't even get. I was like, this is what Teddy Riley played to Bobby to do the song. He just played this right here, this track that they got.
They were like, this is the reference track. Don't throw that in there. That's all he would license to.
Yeah, so he just up there, he's like this, and he just doing his thing, and this is like looking at Whitney, and then bye, bye, everybody. He walk off.
But that's the thing, right? We've seen multiple times. We've heard from them. We've seen played out in actual more than one movie how they met.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
And then she come to him and she flirt with him a little bit, stuff like that. And as soon as RZA started talking, I was just like,
you gotta stop calling this man. What's his real name?
It's a G.
I was like, yo, it looked like they just took RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan story and put him in here. Cause I was just like,
because what did he said? What's up, G?
No, that's what Prince was saying. You know what I'm saying? But you might as well.
Oh God!
And I was like, this don't. I understand you can practice mannerisms and stuff like that, but this don't even sound like Bobby. You know, I was just like, this just sound like some urban youth off the street. Which some people can argue that what Bobby, I'm about to say, but still. And they had the whole thing with, you know, him with them booing her for, you know, when she was getting nominated, and then she like, okay. After he was like, yo, don't even worry about it. Next thing you know, Bobby and Whitney's in a relationship, and Robin like, don't trust this man, and she like, you know, fight back with Robin about that. And next thing you know, we get married. I'm like, really? You don't even.
We got no development.
You gotta have some kind of development.
He just appeared and then.
They made sure to put the scene in the limo when he proposed to her, and they said, by the way, I got a baby on the way. They made sure to put that in there.
So y'all took nothing else from the Bobby Brown story but that. Nothing.
Okay. Nothing.
All right.
I'm surprised he didn't say, "Hey, yo, G, marry me for or else." I'm surprised they didn't make him
or
that.
else.
And then,
you trying to get married or no? Like, damn.
We go to the bodyguard. We don't get no Kevin Costner.
I mean,
I just think
he was the one that picked Whitney for that movie.
They don't care. Listen, they don't care about accuracy. Let me tell you what the estate, aka her sister-in-law, care about. Is it going to make money?
First of all, you see how she put herself in the movie too.
What's wrong with she?
Was it Sissy?
No, Sissy's her mom.
Or Pat?
Pat is her sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Pat, yeah, she was like, "Oh, this is my sister Pat," and Pat was just all around all of a sudden. Like Pat was like in the background with her and Robin. All of a sudden, all this time, it was just her, Pat, and Robin.
I wish you could see my face right now.
They did the whole Super Bowl thing. I like that was nice because she had the portrait until they showed the face. Like when they show her walking to the stage, you see it behind her, like, oh, they go that famous tracksuit.
Yeah.
They're going to, they go to Super Bowl moment. Then they go on her face. And look, I'm telling you, this lady is not ugly. I'm not putting that out there.
No,
but she just don't
you
like
don't
Whitney.
have to be ugly to not look like somebody.
Yeah, I'm just.
Nafisa Williams is pretty, and I'm always here to see a Philly girl win.
Yeah.
But she don't look like Robin. She just don't. The only person in this movie who looked anything remotely like their character, besides, a little bit.
Clive Davis.
Clive Davis.
Yeah.
That's it.
Stanley Tucci, I think, does a decent job as Clive Davis.
If you see Stanley Tucci in it, like I said earlier, that's Clive. He's gonna be Clive Davis. That's the only thing could have been like he gonna be Clive. Everybody else.
But the problem with the problem with Stanley Tucci is they gave him nothing to do. This is Clive Davis.
The way she talked about how influential he was in her career and how much he did for her.
They gave him nothing to do.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's like usually when people when you have those Mama Rose, those Joe Jacksons, those different side characters that play a nice important piece in the life of these entertainers, stuff like that, and we can go back in all these movies and quote them or remember their parts, stuff like that. There's nothing memorable. There's nothing to Clive Davis in this movie. I'm just like, this is fucking Clive Davis. This is the especially the relationship that him and Whitney had, and there's nothing. Literally, it's all about I won't be here for you. Hey, you're up. Yeah, play me some songs. Okay, well, I was looking at this one earlier. See if you like that. And, no, give me another one. Okay, play me the best one. You want the best one? Okay. Hey, you need to go to rehab. Okay. Yeah. Whitney.
I will say, another big gripe I have about this movie, and I don't know, maybe y'all feel the same or don't feel the same. The performances didn't hit for me, and it's not Whitney's fault, but I think her performance style is not one to duplicate in the movie and it still be exciting. Would that make sense?
I can see that. I didn't see it, but I can see what you mean. Whitney did not have, say what you want about Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
But late 80s, early 90s, Bobby Brown was giving you a show.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so I can see why those scenes would be exciting in his story. Whitney is a stand flat-footed and sing type of performer. She might give you a walk across the stage, but she's not giving you, choreography like that.
No, but
yeah,
she had it, but also it's also the way the movie presented the stuff. Also,
was it like the Aaliyah scenes?
I just feel like they didn't have to okay. Some movies it's nice to do the full song and all that, but I feel like these scenes they didn't need to do the full song. They were just pressing for time because doing the full song of her just standing still looking at the crowd was just kind of like.
Okay, so you talking about the end. I get what you're saying.
I'm talking about the end and what's the song? What else she did on Oprah? The song she did on Oprah.
That song. That's one of the few songs where she has a little bit of like.
Well, not in that scene.
They do duplicate that. I was just like, okay, it's fine because she got the aesthetic there, and then and they also did "I Want to Dance with Somebody." Obviously, you might as well because it's the fucking title of the movie. So those performances.
Oh I got a question, ladies. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, my chest hurt. Okay. All right, let me calm down. Okay, so ladies, guys, you didn't see the end, right?
I saw that in performance. You mean the Selena Wright Rose performance? That's what I call it.
Okay, so no. Okay, so
I'm scared now.
Can you guess how she? Can you guess how they had her die, quote unquote, in the movie? What she's doing in the movie? What she's doing when she dies? Was about to die.
Was she swimming or something?
No, she's. I don't want to say she's YouTubing herself, but she's basically YouTubing herself from watching her old performance.
Is that what was? Because
that's what I was supposed to be. Yes.
Because it looked.
So she was looking it up, and then she was singing it in the mirror. That Melly dude was talking about.
She was rolling up and about to do that coke, and then the screen just went to black, and then she just went to her singing.
But I'm like, there ain't no way you got to tell me on the last day of her death. The dude was like, "Hey, remember that medley you did?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she started singing it, looking up on YouTube, then died. And then like, I was just like, "Come on."
And that's another trope. I'm going through a montage of my life. I'm looking at myself, feeling sorry for myself because I'm not that person I used to be, and now I'm about to spiral on out of control.
Death scenes are
she spiraled because that was the last one.
Yeah, like death scenes in movies of biopics are hard, and sometimes everybody's not comfortable with. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying everybody ain't comfortable with it, and sometimes you don't know if it could be like done tastefully, like Dave Ruffin get tossed from the car.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna have be like, oh yeah, she was watching YouTube when she did like.
Otis needed a cuss out for that.
Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, to their credit, when the movie came out, they had that many details about his death. So I mean, you know.
Yeah, so
just got talked about the hospital,
and then Eddie Kitchen died off screen. So you know, it just.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Because the big thing was we knew she died, and all we knew was that she drowned in a tub.
Yeah.
Even if it was like, oh y'all, I'm about to get ready for this Grammy party, and then it's like her, because you know they love a good slow mo. Even if it was like a slow mo of her walking into the bathroom with a robe on or something, the door closed.
Oh no, she was in the bath. She was in the bathroom watching YouTube singing.
I could see that, and then it's just like fade to black. You know, something.
But I mean, at least had a bathwater run or something. I'm just saying,
that's what I'm saying. Like you can implications.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay. I will be honest with you. I'm kind of mean at this one scene because the pictures got out of how her counter looked when she died. Right in the hotel.
That was that was the hotel. Was that her bag? You talk about the Pusha T album cover?
Yes, that was the hotel.
That was her bathroom in her house, I think.
I thought did she died in a hotel in her house?
She died in the hotel. The picture I don't know about the picture from her picture from her hotel.
I thought it was from the scene. It's from the scene.
Oh, in the scene it's like that. I'm confused.
No, I'm saying the bathroom from Pusha T's album cover is from the scene of her death.
No, I thought that was from them. They took a picture when they went into that house that she abandoned in like Atlanta or something like that.
No.
I wouldn't know.
I'll tell you. That scene from Pusha T thing is from her death because Bob had like a issue or something about it.
I mean,
it was only an issue because it was her death. It was her death pictures, not
even
like regular
still,
pictures.
I'm still gonna have an issue with it.
So,
well, yeah, but
so the Pusha T cover?
Pusha T hit an album cover, and it was obviously like a bathroom sink covered in drug paraphernalia, and it came out that was a picture of Whitney Houston's bathroom sink covered in drug paraphernalia.
Damn.
And I was just like, well, that's tacky.
Damn.
I mean, but then again, I'm also fine. I guess I'll die on this hill. I'm not rapping about selling coke past the age of 40, so whatever. But do what you want. I just.
Wow.
But
it was just like.
I thought that was tacky. That's just my personal opinion. Pretty sure I said this on an old episode of Turntables. Was not my fave.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. I just felt as though, especially everything in the 90s was just compacted and literally like Bobby Christina grew up in a hiccup. It's like
I was gonna say, was she in it?
Yeah, she was in it.
She was in like 2 scenes. She was a baby, and then the next time we see her, she's
And Bobby only got 5 scenes in this movie. Look, you can count.
I told you he not in the movie that much.
He not.
I knew he wasn't in the movie that much when he was in the trailer for like a second out of like five 3-minute trailers. He only in there for a second. Come on now.
Listen,
Bobby is only in the movie to argue with either A, Whitney, B, Robin. Literally.
That's it. I can count the scenes, right? When they meet.
Soul Train.
Or I don't know if you want to count these 2, but when they meet and he gets her number, because it's the same day.
It's the same day.
Yes. The scene after that where they got on the all red.
Yeah.
Or when Bobby has on the all red. The scene where Bobby's watching her do the performance.
Barely. That's okay. 2 seconds.
The argument scene with her and Robin. Another argument scene with her and Robin. I mean, with him and Robin. And then an argument scene with Whitney and Bobby. That's like it. That's 5 or 6 scenes. That's it.
He's not in it that much at all.
Listen. Again, if this is done under the official Whitney Houston umbrella, anything that will ever be done until, honestly, I can't even say until her sister-in-law is gone, because she don't have nobody else to carry on their legacy. It's going to be F. Bobby Brown. Everything.
Her own daughter couldn't even get no shine, don't she? Her own daughter's in 2 scenes.
They are never going to forgive that man, despite the fact that multiple accounts will tell you that it's a 2-way street, and Whitney Houston herself will tell you, I was no angel. It's always going to be F. Bobby Brown. If they have a chance, if at this woman's funeral they made it a point to escort this man and his children out, it's always going to be FW. I say at least until Sissy die. At least.
I don't know, man, because I'm like, well, I will at least put my own daughter in the movie. Like,
honest to God,
granddaughter.
You would not think that Whitney Houston had a daughter, like how it was portrayed at some points in this movie.
She was completely useless. Bobby Christina in this movie was completely useless.
And you know what? And that's unfortunate, because that's why I feel like I can't get down with the way that things are done when people are gone. Like the way that sometimes estates handle things when people are gone. We were just talking about this with Marvin Gaye kid. Yeah. Suing everybody who
Hey, look, all they gotta do is put their ear to the radio and I'm like, oh, that sounds like his chord. Let's go. Get
Absolutely. Where it's kind of just like, are you really preserving the legacy if you are doing all this stuff? Like, why was there a Whitney Houston? Didn't she recently have a makeup line come out from somebody? I'm pretty sure that happened in the last 6 months. Then there was the hologram. Then there was the movie. Then there was
holograms on tour as if it was the real Whitney Houston. It's crazy to me.
What happened?
The hologram going on tour as if it was the real Whitney Houston is crazy to me.
But I'm just like, it feels very exploitative, and that's why I could completely believe that it wouldn't be about actually really telling her story and talking about these people who had such an impact on her life, because that's not what it's about.
It's not. It's just, as I say, it was very disappointing. We get to the end, like Prime was saying, and we had the whole little Selena thing where she's singing her medley, and it's a full performance. It's like a whole 8-minute performance.
That's a weird way to end the movie.
Then we go to the end where they show the credits and they show the actual real pictures of Whitney Houston, like the video stuff, as the credits going on of different parts of the movie that of course that she was from. Yeah, that they bought from something like that. So I thought that was nice. But overall, I was just like,
I will say,
uh-huh.
I did like the part of how they showed her getting the drugs, because I didn't notice it the first time.
Maybe I didn't either. What you mean?
Because they showed it twice. Like the guy, she'll walk up to her, she'll sign the autograph, and she'll pull her notebook out, her pen. She'll pull her pen out, and he would sign it, and then give her the thing back.
Oh snap! I missed that.
Now what happened? She was acting like she was giving an autograph, and somebody slipped the drugs in the book.
Basically, yes. Oh. Like, cause she had like people ask her for autographs, and she would sign everybody, and then like this one dude came up, she took the notebook out of her bag and gave it to him to sign, and then he gave it back, and then she had the drugs.
Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, see, like I said, you always see things.
Yeah, because I caught it because when they did it the first time, I was just like, oh, okay. And then when they did it the second time, the day that she died is when they did it the second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was like, oh, Chrissy, I'll
be
back. And
so the guy, the bartender, was giving her drugs?
No, not the bartender. No. Before she went to the bartender.
Before the bartender,
he was the magical Negro character.
He was the one that was like, hey, remember that?
Yeah, I said, oh, you said that. Mm-hmm.
remember when she went to the lobby and I was like, oh my God, it's Whitney Houston, and then she signed the dude's autograph, the white dude's autograph?
Yeah.
And then she had the book. I guess the book had the money in it, and he slipped her something. I don't know, but
gotcha.
Okay,
because she quote unquote signed her autograph, but then when they showed the book, okay, I'm getting too excited. She was supposed to sign her autograph. When the dude moved away from her, he just threw the book in the trash. They zoomed in on the book. She didn't sign nothing, meaning that there was a transaction that happened. But
that's right. Because so when I saw that scene, I thought it was she signed this guy's autograph, and since we didn't have it no more, he didn't care for it and just do it in the trash, and which made her depressed. And I was like, but now that you explain, I'm like, okay, now that makes more sense, because this wasn't about the autograph. It's all about business. I got it now. Okay.
Okay, so let me stop you here.
Yeah.
You want me to believe that multi-platinum selling musical icon Whitney Houston was going and getting her own drugs
towards the end? Maybe.
Ain't no fucking way. No. I know you fucking lying. That lady could have paid someone else to go and get her drugs.
I get. I'm saying, but towards the end, like I'm talking about. After I looked to you, I'm talking about 2012.
I know what you're talking about.
This is date of in the movie. This is date of death.
You're not making me believe that Whitney Houston is leaving her room while the Grammy party festivities are going on and things are being built and
not only did she leave the room, she left her daughter in there too.
You said what happened?
Not only did she leave the room, she left her daughter in the room. She said, "I'll be back." Somebody just texted me, I gotta go get some fresh air. And that was the dude who texted her that he was in the lobby.
Whitney Houston, no matter how she was at the end of her life, it's still Whitney Houston. You want me to believe that she walked downstairs and did a full-on drug transaction with someone?
I don't think. I don't know. That's what they got in the movie.
I mean, I'm aware. But what? I'm sorry. That's because at that point, I'ma just buzz you up. I have a guest coming to penthouse suite. Come to the door. Step in the hallway. Why would Whitney?
Which I don't understand how they just let a random dude in this celebrity-filled hotel, but
random man come to get an autograph from Whitney Houston, and she gets on the elevator. Presses the 1-star button.
No, she didn't. She didn't go to the elevator. She went to the bar.
She did.
She went to the bar. The dude was like, "Hey, you're Whitney Houston, right? Girl, that Grammy performance you had in '94 was just the best performance I ever seen."
What did I say?
It's on the house.
What did I say? Now that part I saw, and I was just like, "How is it that I have caught all the ridiculous parts?" Because apparently there is no non-ridiculous parts. I caught her and Robin talking to each other, the end, and the magical Negro. How did that happen?
Well, okay, I don't get called a magical nigga. He ain't doing anything.
There's always a magical Negro, and you know it, whether they are
I mean, I
actually
will say
magical
he
or
did
not.
definitely give her. He definitely gave her the drink and then disappeared.
Coked up.
But no,
She gave her that tip.
But that's the reason why the trope is not necessarily because it's not like you are what was Eddie Murphy, Mr. Church or whatever his name was.
Okay, that's a magical Negro.
But there's always the reassuring. It's either the strong black woman's shoulder to cry on or a magical Negro man. I'm coming to give you encouragement. All the time.
Champagne.
All the time.
You know,
And then
there's a
what he
major
said,
plot
he
point
gave
that
it
we're
a drink
missing.
and disappeared.
He walked
You
off.
never saw that man again.
He came back for $100. I'll tell you that right there. I shit that damn sure what that was a tip.
For a glass
There's
of
a
champagne?
major plot point that we are missing.
Say what?
There's a major plot point that we are missing.
I don't recall. Which one we missing?
We have not talked about her dad at all.
Oh, that's right, her dad. Who was a light skinned man? Who was a dark skinned man in this movie?
He was dark in this movie?
Yeah.
It was the dude that do the Allstate commercial.
It was not him.
I know what he looked like. That's what he remind me of every time I see him. I was like, Allstate.
It was like, you know,
I'm about to say
they never really went into what.
Oh my god, I was
That
so
would've been
confused. I
bad.
had to look it up myself.
Exactly.
It was like,
Thank you.
her dad owns the company, but he doesn't anymore. But he wants to own it. But now Whitney owns it. But now he doesn't. He wants to sue her. I was like,
I was so confused about the drama between Whitney and her daddy.
It's always been
But the
some
way
mess with them
well,
because he was a shifty individual.
yeah, but I'm saying, but it never was explained right. It's like Whitney cuts the album. He passing out credit cards to his co-workers,
look at his staff, and they like, this is the
Five Bloods.
Play which part?
He was the Five Blood. He was in the Five Bloods. Was he in the Five Bloods?
I don't remember.
No, he was. He was Otis in the Five Bloods.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Okay, let me break it down to you like this. There's Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
He's Delroy Lindo. And then Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
He who should not be named right now. And then she.
Yes, Isaiah. Yeah.
And then slick politician Negro.
Yeah.
And then the other guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now that makes sense. Now
He don't look nothing like John Huston.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you. That's what he did. And the next thing I know, he passed out credit cards to his staff.
Deeply
confused. And then the next thing I know, Robert talked to.
Wait, Cassie Lemons directed this? Girl, I'm offended.
Okay, it teach us.
Eve's Bayou.
Oh well, that's
my favorite movie. You did this monstrosity? Get the fuck out of here. No, get the fuck out. No.
Yes.
No.
That's why I see stuff.
No. You can have a casting director, you can have a producer, you can have all these folks, but guess whose name gets tied to this movie? The director. So this all comes and falls back on you, just like the supervisor. You have a bunch of shitty employees, but you got to hear it. Girl, what? That pissed me off.
So they pass out a credit card. Next thing I know, he telling Robin and Whitney, "You need to be on camera with men." And then, she gets off the plane. She goes yell about him about some money. The next thing you know, he in the hospital bed talking about, "So you better pay back all my money." I'm like, what the hell's going on? It was not clearly explained at all.
No, I don't think that. I think that the mess between her and her dad has always been kind of convoluted. I remember hearing.
We on speakerphone problem because we can hear like a little
feedback. Okay.
Go ahead. Let's go.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, the mess with her and her daddy was always kind of convoluted, and that's why they was always. I think they was beefing until.
Did he die?
Till he died, because he kind of gave Joe Jackson vibes, and not in the sense of like he was beating on her and stuff like Joe was treating the Jacksons, but like the exploit because my child is famous kind of deal. I don't remember all the exact details. I just know they had a very turbulent relationship, and also I think he had a huge problem with the fact that she liked women.
Oh yeah, it was. I appreciate you bringing that part up, Brock. I was like, yo, I almost forgot all about all that. So goodness.
Definitely, I was definitely. What is going on here? Because I did not know. I
had to look it up myself. I was like, so why they mad? I mean, I understand they mad, but y'all not doing a good job. Unless, like I said, unless I missed something. But God, that movie was not great. Was not great.
That really made me mad.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to get that coup de grace like that.
I'm so sad. That makes me sad. I mean, everybody has. I don't want to say a dud, but everybody has things that aren't as strong.
It's a catch at a barbershop for me.
I'm shocked it's that much.
Because there's no other way you watch. Like I said, I didn't go out to movies to see this. I didn't buy it on DVD, but it came on Netflix. So I was like, hey.
When I saw the previews, I had no desire to see it in the movies. I'm not a big movie person, but if it's something good enough, I will see it in the movies. This did not look like something I wanted to see in the movies at all. I
already knew from the trailers. I even told Mr. Amy, I was like, these trailers ain't doing it for me. And he was like, oh, I think they're okay. They just going through the iconic Whitney looks. I'm like, nah, I can tell this trailer's not.
You know what?
He's not.
Prime is right now, because I was definitely like, yo, you give it to like this, or something he don't like about it. I was like, damn, well, Prime, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing on air.
Yeah, he definitely said that. He was like, Prime told me not to watch it.